when you look at the metaverse and when you look at what you've just announced, which is 10,000 new jobs, how much more jobs from here could we actually see? Is the metaverse actually taking over the kind of the way that we'll interact with all social platforms?
Okay, so Francie, good to be here, good to talk to you. And that's a lot of questions you just threw at me. So let's just take each one of those. First up, we're really excited today about our plans to announce 10,000 new, highly skilled jobs within the EU over the next 5 years. The EU is a fantastic place to be able to, do business, given the size of the consumer market, the incredible universities, and of course the talent as well. And it really builds on the investments that we've been making over the years, whether it's the fair research development that we have for artificial intelligence in Paris, or the Reality Labs office that we have in Cork. These 10,000 highly skilled jobs are really, for us, going to put Europeans at the heart of our plans for the company future, which you say is all about the metaverse. And we're excited about the metaverse, which we see as being the next computing platform. And at its heart, it's about making social interactions and making the whole digital experience better. I want to be clear, it is not about replacing the physical. You and I know it's so much better when we do this in person, but it's about the interactions that we have online will become much closer to the experience of interacting in person. And so, we're going to see that, we want to do our part in helping to build the metaverse, but no one company is going to own the metaverse. It's going to be like the internet. The key feature will be openness and interoperability.
So, what's the next step actually for the metaverse? And again, it's very difficult sometimes to describe it, especially if you're not familiar with it, because we don't have it yet. What kind of, I don't know whether it means that Facebook will have to look at, other ways of digitizing, monetizing, and also some of the hardware that goes with it.
Yeah, it's a number of different things. From the monetization side, like everything that we build, we always start with the people first. And just like the rest of the internet, there's going to be lots of free things in the metaverse, and they'll likely be powered by ads. But there'll also be paid experiences as well that are ads free. But ultimately, whatever we build, people are going to want to actually use it. I did a session recently where I took a number of our partners and we went and had a meeting on the moon. And I never thought I would be saying that to you. But actually, it was really interesting because there were about 20 of us. We were on the moon. We did take selfies with our avatars, against the Earth in the background. But what was interesting was that the social presence that you feel, you and I like doing this now 2D, but when you can turn around and talk, so many of the things that you do in real life are replicated also in this way. It's a lot of fun.
I can't wait to try it. Maybe we could try it on Bloomberg TV first. Nicola, when you look at the fact that you're doing these 10,000 positions in Europe, so first of all, what kind of skill sets are you looking for, and is it a real sign of support for the tech industry in Europe? Like, what are you seeing here in Europe that you're not seeing maybe elsewhere in the world?
Yeah, so the jobs are a real mixture. They're all highly skilled jobs, but they're a mixture of engineering, they're product jobs, and then the associated business functions that come with them. And Europe is a fantastic bed of talent that it has because of the universities, and so that's why we're excited to be doing this announcement. And it will be, we see this over the next 5 years, and we're going to start actually recruiting these jobs before the end of the years as well. We're also really interested, and we've really explored over the last year, as many have, what it actually means and how people work. So, we've seen now much more hybrid types of working. So not all these jobs will be requiring people to actually come into the offices. They can be in different places, not necessarily or different countries in Europe where we don't necessarily have a base as well, which is really exciting.
So, Nicola, at the same time, Apple and Google are killing the ad cookie. So what does it mean because they're your advertisers? Do you have to work extra hard to keep that relationship? How will it evolve going forward?
So, as a company, we face a lot of competition from a lot of different tech companies. And we have seen, through the changes that Apple's made in particular with iOS 14, that, some businesses are, navigating all these different changes. So we're continuing to make sure that we adapt our systems to be able to help businesses reach their customers, improve business outcomes, and also deliver conversions whilst at the same time honouring consumer privacy. So we're continuing to share best practices. We're continuing to keep that top of mind. And our top priority is to make sure that businesses that are coming on with us, either the existing ones or new ones, that we're helping them drive their marketing objectives, that they're connecting with the customers that matter, especially as we go into the last quarter of the year, the busy holiday period, to make sure that, you know, they can convert into sales and to growth. That's what gets us excited.
Are you expecting actually any pullback in advertising into the busy holiday season because of supply chain disruptions?
I think, you know, all industries are seeing supply chain disruptions at the moment, and it's impacting in different ways. But certainly from the conversations that we're having with and that I've been having with businesses, partners at the moment, you know, it's very much square on for, you know, the busiest holiday period of the year, and also what is likely to be the biggest online marketing period that we've ever seen, given what we've seen in terms of the digital transformation, especially over the last 18 months.
You know, Nicola, I'm actually getting quite a lot of messages on Twitter, on Instagram and others asking, what do I need to do to work for Facebook, you know, to build the metaverse? What are the kind of skills that, you know, the skills of tomorrow that you're looking for today to try and build this new metaverse?
So, well, that's great that people are interested. So we are hiring. Do check out our jobs board. And it will be, is that cheeky to say that? But it will be lots of different jobs across different areas. So we're looking for engineers, we're looking for people that are interested in and have skills in artificial intelligence, in machine learning, in design, across the spectrum. 10,000 jobs is a very significant number. So check out our jobs board online. We're definitely hiring.
If you look at, you know, the whistleblower, Frances Hagen, how has the internal response been to some of the revelations that she put forward, Nicola?
Yeah, so I want to be very clear here. The revelations that she put forward and the, you know, the subsequent coverage does not in any way reflect that the company that I know, the company that I care about, and the company that I am proud to work for. So I want to be really clear. Yes, she talks about the fact that we do research, and the reason we do research, and I think this is really important, is because we care about the issues. We are in a new world. We're developing new products, so we're always doing research, as I think most companies are, to better understand and to allow us to get ahead of the issues.
So there hasn't been an internal reckoning or some kind of internal investigation. Are there any changes that she suggested that you would make?
So I want to be clear here, because also, you know, some of the things that were put out there is that, you know, that we're encouraging bad content, that we want it on our platforms. And actually that is just not true. And I think, you know, if you look at how we've invested so heavily in misinformation, in hate speech and extremism, and the amount of money that we've invested, you know, over $13 billion, that's a really significant number. And we've increased by 4 times the amount of people that are working in these teams to over 40,000 people in recent years. So we don't agree with the characterization of the issues, but we do agree. And one of the things that we've been talking about for a long time is that we do need standard rules for the internet. And we've been calling for that, and we're going to keep calling for that.
Do you think it will lead to more regulation from DC?
Yes, I think it will. And I think that you know, that's something that we don't think is a bad thing. We already have regulation a lot in, you know, we've been talking about Europe. A lot of that regulation has been led by Europe with things like GDPR. And so, you know, we think that that's a good thing, that more will come. And that's something that we're calling for and think it will be a good thing to have.